Well, it's my birthday, or at least it will be when I post this. Right now it's the day before my birthday. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and today we had such nice weather. I mean, the past few days. So what I thought I would do to celebrate this lovely weather is give a little book review. After all, reading is one of my passions. And I just happened to read a really good book, actually 5 stars, so let me read you. I got it off of Hoopla, which is the library book app, as I've said before. Anyway, it was so good. I listened to it. It was an audiobook. I listened to it all, well, in 2 days, because it's, I believe, 10 hours, a little more of listening. So I broke it up into 2 days and just straight through. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts or such while I'm at work or driving, but completely the audiobook, it's really good. Anyway, it's called After We Were Stolen by Brooke, I believe it's pronounced Byfuss, I'm not sure. Brooke, if you happen to see this, let me know how to pronounce your name, but anyway, Brooke Byfuss. It's called After We Were Stolen. So here's the synopsis from Hoopla. When 19-year-old Avery awakens to flames consuming her family's remote compound, she knows it's her only chance to escape her father's grueling survival training, bizarre rules, and gruesome punishments. She and her brother Cole flee the grounds for the first time in their lives. Suddenly they're homeless in a world they know nothing about. After months of hiding out, they are arrested for shoplifting and a shocking discovery is made. Avery and Cole were kidnapped 15 years earlier, stolen by cult leaders they knew as Mom and Dad. Cole is immediately returned to his birth family, leaving Avery alone and desperate. She is uncertain if her parents survived the fire and is terrified to find out. The loss of Cole and the trauma of her former life threaten to undo her. But when the police investigation reveals there may be more survivors, Avery must uncover the truth about the fire to be truly free. So, this book had a lot of twists to it. I mean, some you knew what was coming, some you didn't. But it wasn't like a disappointing, like, oh, I could have guessed that, I could have wrote that. It was just like that makes sense, it jives with the story, everything's going smoothly. Like I said, it was really well written, just smooth, so many twists. And I think, I mean, you know that they're a cult and whatever, but reading about it and how they find out, like, you can really feel their traumatic responses and how they're just suddenly separated and being like, oh well, you're not actually brother and sister, never talk to each other again, far corners of the earth. I mean, they're from 2 different places. So it's traumatic to be like, the only person that you know as your family, the only one that you know is alive even, of your family that you knew, you're not allowed to talk to anymore. And it's just a really well written book. And then how, like, them being in this, it wasn't really a doomsday cult, it was like survivalist, like they were the chosen ones to lead the world after the apocalypse, so they knew, like, hunting, growing crops, survival skills like that. But because of that, they don't really know anything about, I don't know, the real world. Like, sure, they know what cars are because they have a car to get into town for supplies that they must get, and they have electricity. But besides that, like, they didn't know what a phone was, like a cell phone. Or they didn't know, like, movies or anything like that. So, I mean, more common day, like, first world stuff, if you will, but it was really interesting, like, after they were separated and on their own, for, I guess, Avery is the main character, for her to learn about the different things is really fascinating. And one interesting thing, too, is Avery knew how to read because somebody that had joined the cult taught her. But Cole never knew how to read because that's not a priority. These kids weren't schooled beyond what you have to do to take care of yourself to survive. So that was very fascinating. And then for Cole, who would be around the age of 16, which they don't celebrate birthdays, so they don't know exactly how old they are until they're found as being missing kids. So he's 16, Avery is 19, and they don't know, like, basic math even. I mean, besides how to count. They wouldn't know anything above that. So it was really fascinating for them to be out and learning even. But yeah, it's a very good book, twisty ending. I mean, I think the main mystery in the book is how the fire started, as well as who survived beyond Avery and Cole. Now, I'm not gonna spoil it or anything. I do feel like if you like this type of book, it's kind of a suspenseful, not really a thriller, but there's definitely trigger warning scenes in there, but I believe the book has the cover labeled for them, so I do recommend checking it out. It's Before We Were Stolen, Brooke Bifus, not sure, sorry Brooke, but definitely check it out. 5 stars, which was great because I don't think I had read a real good 5-star book in a couple months anyway. But yeah, thanks for celebrating my birthday with me and talking about books. Let me know what you think of this book in the comments, or if you've read it before, or if you have any suggestions. I'll read pretty well anything, but I do like books like this that make you think, have a bit of mystery. So yeah, let me know.